The man just casually dropped a cigarette butt. The next second, he saw the lawn quickly spread out to the sides. It seemed to be avoiding something. The man was stunned, so he quickly lay down to take a closer look. But when his fingers touched the soil, he immediately felt something was wrong. So he quickly grabbed a tool nearby and dug a little. As a result, he found a huge piece of yellow clay. The man hurriedly called his wife over. The two decided to dig together. However, they dug for a long time but still couldn't find any clues. Just then, a strange cry came from the sky. The man quickly brought over a ladder, climbed onto the roof to check the situation, and found that the entire community was made up of identical single-family villas, all packed closely together. The man felt very desperate at that moment. He recalled a few months earlier when he and his wife had visited a sales office. The salesperson enthusiastically introduced their properties, all single-family villas, and at just $50 per square meter. The couple was very satisfied and immediately followed the young man here. But strange things began to follow. When they entered the community, they found it was deserted. They followed the young man to villa number 9. The interior decoration, appliances, and furniture were all complete. If they paid a deposit today, they could be exempt from 1 year of property management fees. The couple began to tour the villa. However, when they were about to leave, the young man and his car both disappeared. The couple waited for a long time at the spot but still didn't see the young man. The man felt something was wrong and decided to drive away with his wife. To their surprise, no matter how long they drove, they always ended up in front of villa number 9. The man thought his wife's driving was not good, so he decided to drive himself and asked his wife to turn on the GPS. But to their horror, their phones had no signal. So the man decided to drive in one direction to get out of this strange place. But even when it got dark, they still couldn't drive away from the villa. Until the gasoline ran out, the car stopped again in front of villa number 9. The couple had no choice but to stay in the villa for the night. To satisfy their hunger, they found a bottle of champagne and some strawberries in the refrigerator. Without thinking much, they started to enjoy them. Strangely, these things had no taste at all. The next morning, the man began to look for an exit. Since the car was out of gas, they could only walk in one direction. But even when the sun set, they still couldn't get out. Just then, the wife noticed a light coming from a window. They excitedly rushed into that villa, only to find it was still villa number 9. What's more, there was a cardboard box at the door, filled with daily necessities and food. It seemed they were being held prisoner here. The man could no longer bear it. He decided to burn down the villa to force the person behind all this to show themselves.